Hi, this is Janie with Paper Compulsion. Hi, this is Janie with Paper Compulsions. I wanted to show you how to make these heart-shaped boxes. They have a back cover and a front cover, and that you can open them up and put treats inside. And I stamped inside of this, or you can put pattern paper on the inside. There's also a heart decoration on the side of the box. And then I topped this one with a rose, but the files just come with these flowers where you can do what I call the multi-layered flower, but you just do the first 3 layers and then a tattered flower. On this tattered flower I curled the inside petals up, and on this one I curled them down. I have a video already online that shows you how to do the tattered flowers and the multi-layered flowers, and on these I just used the first 3 layers. And you can decorate it. I've put pearls all over this one, and there's a secret to this one. There's a matching card that I've just placed on top with a ribbon. You can write your sentiment and slide it in there, and then this part is the box, like that. Or you can make the card a little bit smaller, like this. And on the card you just have your card base, and then I put liners on the inside in a lighter color. And then the card base, when you fold it in half, it's flat right there. So I just put another layer of the decorative heart on there, and then I put my pattern paper layer and the flourish layer. So it's really easy, and the box goes together pretty well. Let me explain it. Like I said, you have your top cover, and you have, on this one I have this pink cardstock layer, a cream cardstock layer, a pattern paper layer, and then this decorative flourish. And on the bottom you have just a pink layer and the cream layer. Then you have the box. This is the bottom portion of the box inside, and then the sides. And then the box on this half is slightly larger than this one so that it goes on fairly easily. And then you have your decorative flourish on the side. So I'll show you how to put that together. Let me get it. Whoops, it's falling down. Okay, let's start with the back cover and the front cover. I have the black and red for the back cover. I'll adhere that. And then I have my bottom layer, my middle layer, my decorative layer, which is, I used pattern paper on this one, and then the flourish layer. Let me glue all these together and I will come right back. Okay, I adhered those together. I have my back layer, or my back cover, my front cover. I use quick dry glue on that. You could use your ATG gun, but on this last layer on the top, the flourish layer, I just use regular tacky glue because it dries a little bit slower and I have time to position it and get it straight. So I'm going to set these aside, and we're going to work on the inside parts of the box. I mentioned that the top part is a little bit larger than the bottom part, so I'm going to figure out that, make sure I have the smaller one. And then the sides for the bottom will be a little bit smaller than the sides for the top, so I'm going to make sure I have those. And I've already put that together, but let me show you what you would do for this. You would get your score tool and put the tab side. Get your score tool and put the tab side lined up with the 0 mark, and then I'm going to score it 1/2 inch. And that just makes it easier. So you get your scoreboard and you put your side piece where the tabs are lined up with the 0 are lined up on the side. And then I'm going to score at 1/2 inch. This just helps my tabs fold easier. And then one of the pieces for the bottom I'm going to score at 7 1/4, but on the top one I'm going to score at 7 1/2. And bend that over. And if you don't want to measure on the bottom piece and the top piece, I score right where these tabs end so that I have a little flap to adhere the other piece to. And I'm just going to put glue on this. And fit this next piece. Make sure I have the tabs going on the right side. Put this next piece right up against that crease or fold. And make sure that you have these sides, the straight edge, lined up. And you'll see that your tabs, where these tabs stopped, these tabs start over. So you have it all in line. And then you're going to fold that in like this. This is the top piece. I already have the bottom piece, the sides for the bottom started, so let me show you how to do that. To start off with, where I have it folded, which is 7 1/4 inches from this edge, I'm going to put glue on just these first 2 tabs on either side of the fold. And you could do it anyway, but this is the way that I find works best to have your seams lined up in the right place. Then I put the crease in the heart in the middle piece. I put that right there and just adhere those 2 tabs on either side. I don't know if you can see that on the white paper. Now, make sure I got that in there good. Now, you could put tape or glue or whatever you want to on here. I'm just going to glue the tabs down. And then I'm just going to fold the side around and press the tabs in on the underside. And since this side will be glued down to the base part, I'm not going to worry about how clean or messy it is. You could also lay this down on the table and just wrap it around. Press on the inside to make sure your tabs are secure. And then let's do the other side. Sometimes I put adhesive, the tape on it, and I put a little bit of glue so that the tape will hold it quickly, but then the glue will give it a really secure hold. And again, I'm just folding that around and putting pressure on the bottom and the top where the tabs will go. And just fold it around. And it should match up just right. If not, you're going to bend it, so it'll be okay. I'm going to lay this down and press those tabs down. Okay, it should meet just like that. And then I'm just going to bend this flap over so that it overlaps like that, and just bend it a tiny bit. Then I can put glue on this little flap. And fold it over. And I like to use little clips to hold it in place while it's drying.